We just got new information about the suspect accused of killing 20-year-old Mollie Tibbetts. Digital producer Kelly Schuberth has news at the moment.
Sam, the man who confessed to killing Mollie Tibbetts just made his first court appearance, and he's now being held on $5 million bond. Authorities say 24-year-old Christian Rivera is from Mexico and has been living illegally here in the U.S. Investigators traced him to the murder after a neighbor's home surveillance video showed Tibbetts running by with Rivera's car repeatedly passing through the area. He told investigators Mollie threatened to call police and ran from him, and that's when he got out of his car and chased her. Sam?
Thank you, Kelly.
I cannot and I will not politicize Mollie Tibbetts' death. I will not do it. That is something we should not do as Americans. But I will say this. The president has been talking about immigration reform for a long time now. An MS-13 gang member just killed a quadruple homicide in New York this week. We have a serious issue here. This guy passed E-Verify. Why did he pass E-Verify? There's so many questions to be asked. And I know that, Sam, a lot of folks here on the panel disagree with me about what we should do in terms of walls and things of that sort.
Well, no, I do. Listen, immigration is very complicated. We do need immigration reform. As a Democrat, I do not, and most Democrats I can speak for, do not want open borders. I think that's a misconception, gravely. But I will say what I am fearful of is blanket statements of all undocumented immigrants being criminals.
There's no way that this won't be politicized.
Well, we have facts about this.
There's no way, but
talk the facts really quickly? Can I just announce the facts that there's over 100+ years of data that showcase that native-born Americans commit more crimes than undocumented immigrants? I think that's important because I'm reading what people are saying on social media, literally lambasting all immigrants and undocumented immigrants as criminals, and that is a very dangerous slippery slope.
And we should not paint all immigrants with the same stroke. I will agree with that. But what I will say is this: we have a broken immigration system. There are people out there shouting, no borders, no walls, no USA at all. This is a problem. That is Antifa. I'm not saying it's all Democrats. Do not get me wrong. I'm just saying there's a push to eliminate ICE. We must have ICE. ICE is critical to making sure that we make sure that people that are coming to this country are doing so legally.
But we also need reform with ICE, because there's ICE agents out there that right now are being indicted. John Jacobs Olivius, who is a former ICE agent, being indicted as we speak by ICE for rape and sexual assault.
Right. There's no country that has open borders. That's not a thing. There's no way that you can enter any country just willy-nilly. When you get off of a Carnival cruise, you have to go through immigration. So that's neither here nor there. But if we're going to talk about citizenship, if we're going to talk about this man's citizenship, we did not bring that. I'm getting the wrap up. We didn't bring that up when that man murdered his daughter, his pregnant wife, and his two daughters. We didn't talk about his citizenship. So if we're going to talk about murders, if we're going to talk about everybody's citizenship, start with their citizenship and then go from there.
But Al, we talk about separation of families. Mollie Tibbetts is separated from her family for good because of an illegal immigrant. We cannot.
Well, that man separated from his two daughters because they're in a vat of oil.
I understand. I'm just saying we have a big outrage about separation of families.
Okay, but let's be very careful with our dialogue of not. There are so many people on social media right now that are lambasting and that are penalizing and that are calling undocumented immigrants and immigrants criminals. And that is so scary to hear. That is terrifying, knowing that my ancestors are immigrants, knowing that all of our ancestors are immigrants. We can't have that dialogue in this country in 2018. We can't.
It's, to be honest, it's a tactic. It's a fear tactic, and it's meant to push policy. And we need facts to push policy, not fear.
Not irrational fear,
exactly.
I would say.